early work, early co-host in the building this morning. Let me get that straight, y'all. There we go. There we go. That's about right. Woo! We did it again, y'all. Made it through another crazy weekend. Hold on a minute. Trump makes an about face on Iran and a 2-week offer. Now we got to see what this dude's talking about. What's up, y'all? What's going on, Mark? What's going on, Gonzalez? How y'all doing this morning? It's my favorite day, Monday. Don't try it. And he's about to go off any second now. Y'all ready? Let me know when y'all ready. Because now we got to go to bling, bling, bling. It's about time for the bling, bling, bling. Hit y'all right now with the bling, bling, bling. One more time. Yeah. And wake up those pores, wake up those pores. Boy, do that be feeling good to me in the morning. Ooh, you know why? Because when it feels like the world is on your shoulders and all of the madness has got you going crazy, it's time to get out, step out into the street where all of the road, man. Y'all know where I'm getting hyped up, right? Because if pump that beat. It's Monday the 23rd. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me pissed. What's up, everybody? We made it to another Monday, my favorite day of the week. That's right, I'm turned up. That spin just made me gasp for air. But guess what? I'm here and I don't care, because you got to put it all on the line when you come to the bottom line. Y'all know what it is. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Also, y'all know what I'm going to say. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me this Monday morning on the 23rd, I appreciate you just for the fact that we able to do it again. What I always say to you guys, problems present opportunities, and don't give up no matter what. That's right, you guys. Who I got here in the comments? I got myself. That's right. We got Mark Dorfman up in the building. Good morning, NYC. I seen Gonzalez was first up there. You ain't getting away from it. What's good, Gonzalez? We got Batty Lynn in the building from Detroit. She's got her coffee ready. Who else we got up in here? We got Rebecca from Grand Rapids, Michigan. You know I love saying that every morning. We got Natalie Georgievich. I already know she's from Syracuse up in New York, representing. We got Jay Hodges up in here. Good morning, everyone. Jennifer, good morning from San Diego. Why is Israel using the USA? I have no idea. I'm so glad you brought that up, because we got a few clips about it. And we're going to keep on getting into it, because that's what we do over here. I hope everybody's good. Good morning, Bugatti. Massachusetts is here in the building from Liberty and Justice. Tiffany, good morning from Greensboro, North Carolina as well. Y'all already know what it is. I had a fantastic evening. I got a lot of sleep yesterday. I got to be honest with you. You know how we get one of those times when your body just go boom? Yeah, my body was like, go to sleep. Bugatti, you're so tired at your desk. You're a mess. Pull yourself together. So I had to go to sleep and get me some rest. So that's why I'm so up and I'm so charged. And I can't wait to what? Get to work. Not even gonna ask for no likes yet. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stack this deck 5 at a time, let you guys see what we got going on, and then I'll be back to the comments. Do your boy a favor. Let's just stay on topic right now, because like I said, we got so much to do and so much to cover. So you know what that means, right? Without any further ado, let's get into these titles. What we got here? We got Trump makes an about face on Iran's 2-week offer. We kind of talked about that yesterday, where all of us, first of all, they're saying, hey, we're going to give you guys 2 weeks to decide. We're going to go back and forth with you and work these things out. Next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, they're on their way back after dropping the, you dropped the bomb on me. Baby, yeah, they dropped the bomb. It's not funny, but it's a real true story right now. You guys got to check out the clip that I have lined up for you. We have much more to cover. And with that being said, let's get into it. We have other subtitles such as Cartel Scout Sites Dismantles in the Mexico and United States Joint Efforts. That's right, you guys. We got a lot of stuff going on. We also got another situation that I really want you guys to know about that was really quite horrific that happened in Brazil over the weekend. You know how people get in those hot air balloons and they want to go up, 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 up. Well, guess what? This one went up too high, and the balloon itself got engulfed in fire, and 8 people lost their lives due to this. So that's our last topic that we have here, which is the terrifying hot air balloon accident, which kills 8 in a Brazilian outing. I don't mess with heights. The only heights I mess with is Washington Heights, Brooklyn Heights, or heights that's actually a landmark. I'm not messing around. If I have to get on a flight, that's the worst thing, but I really pray a lot before I get on flights because I'm really skeptical about taking flights, period. And that's before all of this. So when it comes down to hot air balloons and playing around, not really interested, you guys, not really interested. With that being said, I want to get into yesterday's clip to actually bring you guys into what actually happened, how we went about coming into this situation where Trump basically did the entire about face on Iran, and the next thing you know, we dropped bombs. The United States did. There's a lot of backlash going on, but I want to bring this clip back up again because there was a lot said in order to level the playing field. So let's go ahead and get into this one more time, you guys. Let's get into this one more time.
Massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate. In particular, so many were killed by their general.
So this happened over the weekend, you guys. We already played this yesterday, but there's a lot of information that came out of this as well as the follow-up, because now Iran is talking and they want to fight back, and they're already starting to do a lot of stuff. We got to keep on going because now we got some breaking news. Yes, we're going to go everywhere right now. Detroit, Batty, Rapids, come on to the front of the stage. I got some breaking information for you guys right now. Breaking news, Wayne Church live stream shows a crowd reaction to a suspected live active shooter. Yesterday, there was an active shooter outside of a church in Wayne County. I don't know if it's Wayne County, but I know it's Wayne and I know it's in Detroit. Check this out, you guys. We got some new breaking information on something that happened in church yesterday.
And let the kids tell you about the great treats we had this week, and have some too. Thank you. Oh.
Get out.
Come on, everybody to the bat. Please, everybody come to the bat. Come to the bat, John. They gotta come. They gotta come. Come on.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Go. Out, I don't think is a good idea. Come on, Mary.
Audio went out. It's going to come back in about 3 or 4 more seconds. They left the camera. I would leave it too. I would leave the camera too. This is basically going on in church. Active Uter in the parking lot, being handled by 2 people trying to subdue him. So this is what's going on inside the church. So now, after this happened, we got a report in Detroit, like I said, in Wayne, about exactly what that was about.
Patients, I know we've been waiting for quite a while. I'm Chief Strong. My first name is R-Y-A-N. Last name is Strong, S-T-R-O-N-G. So I'm going to give a brief statement, and I'd be happy to take any questions at the end. At 11:06 a.m., the Wayne Police Department received multiple 911 calls regarding an active shooter at Crosspoint Church, 36125 Glenwood. Crosspoint Church is a large church located on the north border of Wayne. Officers arrived and determined that the suspect arrived at the church and began to drive recklessly, drawing the attention of church staff members. The suspect exited his vehicle wearing a tactical vest, armed with a long gun and a handgun. He approached the church building and began firing his weapon. Several staff members from the church approached the gunman. A parishioner struck the gunman with his vehicle as the gunman shot the vehicle repeatedly. At least 2...
That noise that you guys were hearing in the beginning while those people were running, that rumbling that sounded like that was the actual unfire from his pistol.
Staff members shot the gunman, causing fatal wounds. One staff member was shot once in the leg by the suspect. The church staff members do not wish to be identified at this point. The Wayne Police Department is still investigating this incident with the assistance of multiple local, state, and federal partners. We are grateful for the heroic actions of the church's staff members who undoubtedly saved many lives and prevented a large-scale mass shooting. I would add that the church parishioners and staff members were trained in responding to emergency situations, which also saved lives. The gunman is a 31-year-old white male from Romulus. His motivations are unknown, but at this point it appears he was suffering from a mental health crisis. That's the end of my statement. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Some people basically heard about this. I still got some more to stack. I got to go over to Pete Hegseth right now, talking about what actually happened, the way that things were set up. He's still to be standing next to, as you all know, Raising Cane. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to be following up on the strike that actually happened, the airstrike on the nuclear bomb place, whatever you want to call it.
President Trump's orders, U.S. Central Command conducted a precision strike in the middle of the night against 3 nuclear facilities in Iran, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan, in order to destroy or severely degrade Iran's nuclear program. And as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs will demonstrate, it was an incredible and overwhelming success. The order we received from our commander-in-chief was focused, it was powerful, and it was clear. We devastated the Iranian nuclear program. But it's worth noting the operation did not target Iranian troops or the Iranian people.
Someone said that thing was that ordeal was stopped because of people that were there that actually had weapons themselves, that were able to defend themselves. And I'm saying, yes, you're totally correct about that.
For the entirety of his time in office, President Trump has consistently stated for over 10 years that Iran must not get a nuclear weapon. Full stop. Thanks to President Trump's bold and visionary leadership and his commitment to peace through strength, Iran's nuclear ambitions have been obliterated. Many presidents have dreamed of delivering the final blow to Iran's nuclear program, and none could until President Trump.
But why haven't they? Why haven't they? What led up to this much artillery to make this happen? Do you guys feel that they were correct in doing this and actually taking out these nuclear sites? Because guess what? Now they're talking back. They're responding. You know, there's always tit for tat. When you hit, you're gonna get hit back. Expect it, and it might be in a worse way. Check this out, you guys. As we move on forward, we got to go over to Iran is now saying because of this, that the U.S. will suffer irreparable damage. That's right. Kamani says that. The Ayatollah right there, he says America, as Trump hits Iran's nuclear sites, they will never stop coming after the American troops now. That's actually there, as well as much more stuff that could be going on. Check this out, you guys. Again, it's always tit for tat. Expect to get hit back if you hit somebody, especially if you don't take them all the way out.
Mistake. They have committed a major crime and must be punished, and they are being punished. Right now, they are being punished. The punishment that the Iranian people and our armed forces have inflicted and are inflicting on this wicked enemy and will continue to do so in the future is severe. It is a harsh punishment and is weakened them. Even the fact that their American friends are stepping in and making statements is a sign of their weakness and incapacity. Recently, the President of the United States has started making threats. He was threatening us. He continues to threaten us. And with crude and unacceptable language, he is quickly demanding that the Iranian people come and surrender to him. When one sees these things, it is truly astonishing. First of all, threats should be made to those who are actually afraid of it. The Iranian nation has shown that it does not become fearful in the face of threats from those who threaten. Telling the Iranian people to come and surrender is not.
Basically saying,
If you're here to learn what you don't,
he basically saying they're not surrendering. I'm going to show you how much they're not surrendering. Now they're starting to hit back. Iran fires back after Trump strikes nuclear facilities. Check this out.
The regime resumed targeting the citizens in Israel. They're fighting a very different war. They're not going after military targets or anything like that. They are shooting at people. They are sending those missiles into major civilian areas, some 27 overnight around Tel Aviv and Haifa. Israel's health ministry says at least 80 people were badly injured in some cases in those overnight strikes. Chief foreign correspondent Trey Yinks is in Tel Aviv. Trey.
Harris, good morning. Hours after President Trump ordered those U.S. strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities, the Iranians launched a large-scale ballistic missile attack against Israel, sending millions of people into bomb shelters. Nearly 30 missiles soaring through the skies of this country. According to first responders, there were 10 different impact sites and more than 80 people wounded. A number of residential buildings were destroyed. First responders going to the scene, digging through the rubble, trying to find people who survived these blasts. We do understand that the Israelis remain today on high alert, fearing more Iranian responses. And there is a state of emergency here, warning civilians to stay out of public gatherings. Schools are closed and businesses shuttered. This is what Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had to say in response to the American strikes.
History will record that President Trump acted to deny the world's most dangerous regime the world's most dangerous weapons. His leadership today has created a pivot of history that can help lead the Middle East and beyond to a future of prosperity and peace.
The Iranians have responded saying all options are on the table about a possible response to the U.S. strikes overnight. And the country's foreign minister releasing a statement saying, quote, last week we were in negotiations with the U.S. when Israel decided to blow up that diplomacy. This week we held talks with the E3 EU when the U.S. decided to blow up that diplomacy. What conclusion would you draw? Again, American forces and the Israelis remain on high alert across the region. There's real concern about a possible response that could come at any moment. And we do understand that both current and former Israeli officials continue to praise President Trump for this decision, understanding that it has changed the reality for the Middle East, going after these key nuclear sites in Iran and taking away that important piece of leverage that the regime had just 24 hours ago.
All right, y'all, we got to keep on going. I got to go to Brazil real quick. I don't know how I'm going to get over there, but I'm going to try to get over to Brazil as fast as I possibly can. Because right now, in the situation we had in Brazil, that's crazy. Yes, Brazil. I done told y'all the only heights I chill at is Washington Heights Brooklyn Heights, or heights that represents a place with flat land on the ground. I don't mess around with no heights unless I gotta go somewhere. That's right. It's a terrifying hot air balloon situation where accident, took out 8 people in Brazil. 11 survived because the pilot told them to jump out of the balloon while they were in the air. Okay. Y'all can go ahead and get in the balloons. No matter of fact, no, y'all can't. Y'all can't get in no hot air balloon. Nobody on this stream, none of us messing around with no hot air balloon. How about that? I'm gonna keep my own people safe over here. Don't mess around with no hot air balloon. Period. That's it.
There have been shocking scenes in Brazil where a hot air balloon has fallen out of the sky, killing at least 8 people. Let's go live to Nine's US correspondent Reed Butler for more. Reed, good morning to you. What happened?
Well, the hot air balloon, Mia, it caught fire shortly after taking off. This happened in southern Brazil, an area very popular with tourists. But what is incredible about this story is that anyone managed to survive. And this morning, the pilot is actually being credited with helping make that happen. Apparently, as the basket approached the ground at speed, he told the group inside the basket to jump to safety. And that very well may have saved lives because 13 people survived with injuries. They were taken to various hospitals. Sadly, though, 8 people confirmed dead. The company has suspended operations as a full investigation gets underway. But just shocking scenes there in Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going up in the sky in a mesh bag with a wicker inside a wicker basket. That's real smart. Real smart. Sorry that the people lost their lives. We're going to pray for the souls of those people as well as the families. And we pray that God helps them and makes them get through this tragic time that they may be in. Thank you and amen. Amen, Jesus. But me, I got to tell you guys, you will never catch me in a wicker balloon going up in the air. Not happening. I got to keep on going. What y'all got for me in these comments over here? Peace and blessings to the families. That's right. Who expected that, right? It don't make no sense. Why are you going up in that thing? You don't have to worry about me in there either. Not doing it. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you. Nice suit. Very dapper. Appreciate that. I'm not getting up in no, oh my God, would have to jump at the exact time to minimize the injury. Exactly, MJ. Right. But did you see how it was on fire? It was literally like, whoo, and think about this. What makes the fire grow more? Think about it. Come on. What makes fire go faster? Wind. And now they're descending dumb fast, and you see that thing look like a little fireball coming down. Oh, man, I'd have been on the edge of that thing like this, like on the back of it, like on the back like this. Whole face would have been I would have been like, look, can I get on this with a parachute? Yes, can I get on with a parachute? If I can't get on your balloon with a parachute, I'm not doing it. And another thing, if you get on a boat, make sure, be like, I want to say, let me see your ID. To the captain. Y'all be acting like y'all all important. You the captain, you coming to get on the boat and all of that. Next thing you know, you crash and there's 100 and something people hurt. Do me a favor, let me see your credentials before we all get on this boat. How about that? What's going on with people nowadays? I'm gonna keep on talking. I'm gonna keep on going right now because we got NYCHA that's facing some crazy criticism over vacant apartments. This is basically a situation that I can almost understand what's going on. There's over 300 empty apartments right now in this one place, in this one project that's not being provided because they probably need to be like renovated or painted or whatever like that. But they're basically cracking down and seeing what's going on. The government and certain administrations and certain companies, they're looking and they're saying, hey, how come so many apartments are empty and nobody's living in them? So check this out. I want you guys to see that. So it's not like the apartments aren't available. They're just not flipping them fast enough, meaning painting them and taking care of them.
Problem here in the city, the need for affordable housing and not enough apartments to go around. So imagine the surprise when we learned that thousands of NYCHA apartments are currently vacant. Linda Schmidt talked to a city councilman who is now demanding answers.
Well, critics say NYCHA is taking too long to fix apartments once a tenant moves out in order for another tenant to move in. Here at the Red Hook houses, officials say there are about 300 apartments that are currently sitting empty.
It's deeply troubling, and this is why, we've had the hearing. We continue to push NYCHA to be more transparent.
NYCHA taking some heat from Brooklyn City Council member Alexa Aviles.
What we've seen is this trend of NYCHA warehousing or just having a growing stock of empty apartments when we have a housing crisis.
The council's Public Housing Committee holding a hearing earlier this week, demanding answers as to why it takes NYCHA more than a year to fix and clean vacant apartments so new tenants can move in. At a time when the city is facing a critical shortage of affordable housing, officials...
I bet you if they said, you guys can put some illegal migrants in there. Oh, hold on a minute. We got you. That joint will be snappy and ready to go in 2 days, won't it? Stop playing. Let me tell you what's really going on. They try to keep the money inside of the management, inside of NYCHA, inside of those apartments. If you guys live in any one of those buildings, you're going to see a couple of workers that's going to different apartments, fixing certain apartments up, right? The reason why they're doing that internally is to keep the money. If they hire companies like mine, exactly. And they can say, hey, you know what? Let's break down a certain price. Let's do a bid, have a whole bunch of people bid to see who's going to fix these apartments up, put that money up, and let those other contractors turn over those apartments so there can be more people moving in. No, they don't want to do that. They want to have Papito and 3 of the staff members running around fixing 1 or 3 apartments at a time. Meanwhile, they still got to deal with repairs. Stop it. I know what's going on. Stop playing. Come on, let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Officials say nearly 6,000 NYCHA apartments are vacant across the city, and there are about 240,000 families on a waiting list.
We see just this really serious, persistent need of folks waiting years and years and years.
NYCHA issued a statement saying in part that it works as quickly as possible to turn around apartments for new tenants, while ensuring that they are being placed in safe homes that have undergone lead and asbestos abatement.
All right, y'all, that's enough about NYCHA. I could go on and on about these government-funded corporations and real estate owners and programs and crap. Just, yeah, that's how it goes down. What y'all got for me over here? That sounds good. What else? Great point, Bugatti. Illegals would have it in seconds, right or wrong. But you take a walk through NYCHA. You try to work for yourself. I always work. I've been working for myself. It's also to keep the rent high with more units means that more availability, which means they will go for less. There you go. Blessed, dog. I moved out of my apartment in the Bronx in 2022. It's still empty in 2025. Facts. Kendra says facts. We're going to keep on moving forward. We know the games, y'all. They be trying to play these games on us like we don't know what's going on. Like just because we're not in that industry, we're not privy or understand. We're not stupid. Come on. You're trying to keep that money inside so that you don't have the contracts going to other people. Because normally what would happen is we have a certain amount of apartments that need to be fixed. If they can't do it internally with enough staff, they would go and find contractors. How would they do that? They would put out the work and they would have contractors bid on those jobs. And then the lowest bid with the best turnover rate, with the most efficiency, like my company, would get hired to go in there and do that work. And then other people will be able to get their apartments. And then you got a nice company that's making some money because they're giving other people jobs. That's what we do. Keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got this former PhD student who has been locked up. They shouldn't let him out. They shouldn't let him out. He got locked up. They shouldn't let him out. No. Telling y'all straight up and down, they should not let this fool out because he's getting charged with 24 of the R words in London and in China. He just been going around acting like, oh, I got a PhD, I'm a student. Meanwhile, committing massive rules napes. I'm not gonna say it because y'all ain't gonna make the spinning ball go around and stop the show because I said a trigger word. I'm gonna let the clip explain it. But yes, this is somebody who would travel under the radar that you would never expect because he's a former PhD.
I want to bring you up to date with some news from the courts here in London, because we are hearing that a former PhD student who raped 10 women in London and China has been jailed for life with a minimum term of 24 years. This is Junhao Zhao. So taking into account the number of days he has been on remand, he faces almost 23 years before he can be considered for parole. In the judge's comment, she called him a highly manipulative young man. She said the women were simply pieces in an elaborate game for one. And she said he had no understanding of the meaning of consent. Zhao videoed the rapes, the judge said there is a high level of danger because of your distorted thinking. His desire to assert power and control meant he was a risk for an indefinite period, the judge said in the sentencing remarks. So just to bring you the headline from that, a Chinese former PhD student, Junhao Zhao, has been sentenced to life with a minimum term of 24 years for raping 10 women in London and in China.
You would never expect something like that,
And of
right?
course, we'll bring you
Look
more
at this
details
dude. Look at it. You never
on that
expect
court
that,
case,
right?
that judgment at the Inner London Crown Court,
You never expect that.
from our reporters as we get them.
You never expect that. 24? Like, come on, man. Like, this is crazy right here. I'm glad he got locked up, and they do not need to ever let him out. Talking about 22 years, about the good time that he did. We don't care about none of that. Yeah, everybody in the comments, yes, you are all right. Had the nerve to be talking about he's worrying about his parole. Ain't nobody think about your parole. If anything, them 24 women and their fathers and their brothers and their uncles and their family need to all be waiting outside the prison when you get out in 23 years. How about that? How about that? Let them be outside waiting for them. Nobody worrying about when you getting out. Getting out, probably only for that. Anybody worry about when you getting out? Probably only to, smackdown. Come on, y'all. Let's get smart right now, because I want y'all to be ahead of what's going on right now. I need you guys to be ahead of what's going on right now. The AI. That's right. Y'all think it's a game. They got this AI situation right now where they're trying to take over our jobs. They doing thank you so much, Harley, for some more 20 new members right there. Go ahead, y'all. Grab those memberships. I see y'all not playing. Y'all grabbing those memberships. Harley's up here giving out memberships, y'all. 20 memberships right there. Thank you so much, Harley. We appreciate you so much for always supporting the show. Got to get back to this Amazon situation, though. You guys know what's going on with that. Guys, be smart. Why would they tell you that you can stay on at your job and you work with the AI so that you can basically teach the AI your job? Think about it. They already do it with an underling. They have somebody coming in that's about 27 years old. They put them under you. You start training them, and then the new position come around and they give it to him. Or you get fired and he gets your job. So yeah, that's what AI is doing. So we need to get smart over here. Either you're gonna get smart, enroll and learn AI, or we're gonna be obsolete out here. People that have talent, that think of ideas, come up with creative, I see people like that as being able to stay around. But as far as all technical jobs and coding and all of that, what you gonna need a coder for when AI can code itself? I'm telling you, it's about to go crazy right now. And again, thank you so much, Harley, for the love and the support. Check this out, you guys. Check this out. Amazon says AI will replace jobs. They will need fewer people. And it's exactly what we spoke about this week earlier. Because guess who else is doing it? That was another company that was looking to cut down on their job force too. Check this out.
I'm telling the company's employees that some of their jobs will be replaced.
It's Verizon Summer Bundle. All new and existing customers get iPhone 16 Pro, Apple Watch Series 10, and iPad. All three on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Had to let that go.
So the CEO of Amazon telling the company's employees that some of their jobs will be replaced by AI, and that Amazon's workforce is expected to shrink in the coming years as AI's role expands. Our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is here with the story. I don't know how good of news this is for, physical employees.
Right. I mean, good morning, Michael. Hey, guys. And this is big news, and it's unsettling news for a lot of people listening. In a message to employees, Andy Jassy, the CEO of Amazon, writing that the tech giant will need fewer people doing some of the jobs that are being done today and more people doing other types of jobs, and that Amazon will reduce its total corporate workforce in the next few years. Amazon is already using generative AI to do everything from improving inventory placement to forecasting demand to cutting costs and delivery times. You experience some of this as a customer, but in the future, according to Jassy, those AI agents will be teammates.
No more health care needed. No 401k for no robot or no AI. Ain't nobody getting sick. Ain't no calling day off. Yeah, y'all, it's going down. What y'all got? The world is in trouble with AI. A lot of people are going to be unemployed. Every 5 videos it comes to he comes to the chats. I definitely do. Please stick to the content. McDonald's uses AI and on the speaker now. Okay, Michael J. Food Fanatic says, I sent you an email yesterday as you asked, but in looking to donations necessity, I'm definitely willing to work and earn my way off the situation. Okay, I'll check your email today, MJ. I definitely will, because I definitely did promise you that. Ron, AI will replace everything. Remember, it's about money. That's right. Exactly. Y'all smart. Liberty and justice, less jobs for human. It's sad. Yes, Kendra, likewise at Mother. I want you guys to really get onto this. Motherfucking bone. Happy Monday, y'all. My favorite day. Natalie, what you got to say? I hope they fix that from blackmailing people by then. Okay, that AI from blackmailing people by then. Nikki Trump says pass. I want you, let's stay on this topic, y'all.
Technology is now your teammate in the future.
Well, it sounds like this is a growing trend, though.
It is. And we've heard this now from Meta. We've heard it from Microsoft. Like I said, it is deeply unsettling as a human to hear it, but learning how these tools actually work and can help you in your work and life is a huge advantage right now. Google offers a free course called Google AI Essentials. You can download an app like ChatGPT, ask it questions. Once you familiarize yourself, you can even use it to manage things like your calendar and summarize long documents. And guys, this is something we're going to be talking about. Yeah. Into the future. It's important to remember here that it's not necessarily a job replacement, but it makes jobs different. Being at the higher end, doing the higher level thinking, being helpful and being human. This is key. Yeah. When you are in a job, put forth the best human aspects of yourself and be kind to humans.
But they're going to need less of those people, and they're going to need more of the creatives, more of the smart, and more of the people that can come up with ideas, y'all. I'm not trying to scare everybody. I'm trying to put you on point before it happens. Download ChatGPT. I already did it. I downloaded it. And you know what I do? I've done some crazy things. I'm going to go all the way out right here. I tried to make the app help me to talk to a woman. I was like, yeah, I really like you, blah, 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 blah. I was saying all of this stuff, right? And then the chat took all of the stuff that I said and made a whole paragraph like, oh, you could say this to her or send this back. I was actually going to use it because it was some real cool stuff. Imagine macking up on a girl with an AI chat. Because, you know, it goes back and forth with text. It's not, you know, you can use the text. So it's like when you texting somebody, hey, if you guys ain't got that much swag or got that much rhythm, use ChatGPT, you know what I'm saying? Sweep the girl up off her feet with the AI. It worked for me one time, y'all, I'm telling you. So ChatGPT is one of them. I think the other ones that they have, you have to pay for, but I'm telling you guys right now, 30s, 40s, and 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds too, straight up and down, do it. Download ChatGPT, start to play around with it. And guess what? In order to make something work, you got to mess up a few times. Every time I played a video game, I was bad in the beginning and I got better. Started playing basketball, got better. That's how I did this. So we got to keep on and stop being nervous about trying new things. We're going to keep on moving forward. What y'all got for me in these comments? What y'all got over here? Well, the adventures of savings seem to be less expensive for them. AI don't need benefits or rest. There you go. Nikki says, you have to edit AI stuff like that though. You do, but after a while, Nikki, it'll be on point. It will, trust me, because that's what AI does. It learns as it goes. And then what you do is you leave your stuff up there, and then it learns from what you're trying to explain. Dang, was I supposed to do something to get one? Did I have to probably picked up? I don't even know how that goes. AI needs limitations, period. Yes, you're right about that, Quantum. Kendra says, no, ma'am, to who that's Sabrina? Yes, you guys, I read the comments after every 5 clips, but what's been happening is sometimes I may feel something and I may want to get it out really quickly before I forget, before those 5 clips land, and then I might just interject right there. But yeah, normally it's 5 clips and then I come on in. Now we got to get to some thievery going on because there's some real sticky fingers out here. Remember this saying, with great power comes great responsibility. That comes with everything that you do, especially CEOs and executives of corporations. Perfect example is USAID. These officials and 3 CEOs pled guilty to $50 million bribery ring and schemes. This is a good idea that USAID is now probably being shut down, is from what I'm hearing. Check this out right here. There's a lot of theft going on and a lot of probably good jail time that's about to happen.
I'm Christina Ohio in Dallas, and here are your top stories. A USAID official and 3 corporate executives pleaded guilty in a bribery scheme that went on for more than a decade. It involved 14 prime contracts worth more than $550 million in U.S. taxpayer funds that were improperly awarded through manipulated process at the federally funded organization. 57-year-old Roderick Watson of Woodstock, Maryland, a USAID contracting officer, pleaded guilty to bribery of a public official. He faces 15 years in prison. Watson spoke with an investment company facilitating a $14 million loan for a business from which Barnes paid himself a $10 million dividend. In exchange, Watson was showered with lavish bribes and gifts, including cash payments of more than $1 million, laptops and cell phones, tickets to an NBA game suite, a country club wedding paid for by the conspirators, down payments on 2 new homes, and jobs for relatives. 46-year-old Walter Barnes of Potomac, Maryland, owner and president of Vistant, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit bribery of a public official and security fraud. He's facing 20 years in prison. 64-year-old Daryl Britt of Florida pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit bribery of a public official. He faces 5 years for each count. 62-year-old Paul Young from Columbia, Maryland, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit bribery of a public official. He faces up to 5 years for each count. Both companies admitted to engaging in a conspiracy to bribe Watson and commit securities fraud. They facilitated payments and benefits to Watson to secure contracts. That's what you need to know in Dallas.
You always get busy, Christina. Good looking for that information right there. We always rock with y'all over there. That's right. Good looking for Christina Aguayao. Let's go, y'all, because I got to go to Texas real quick. We staying in Texas right now. That was Texas, and we going to stay in Texas right now. Let me get this screen open because we got a similar situation of what happened yesterday. Remember yesterday when that guy got pulled over by the police officer, and he was like, yeah, they pulled me over there. They searched me over here. They searched me over there. And they was like, do you mind if we search you? And he was like, no, I don't want y'all to search. Next thing you know, the K9 came around and he sat down. Boom. When that K9 sit down like that, y'all already know what that means. That means you about to get locked up and they ain't letting you out. That's right. We got a smuggling situation. This guy was already warned and he got caught hiding migrants under hay bales. Yeah, like he was going to put some hay in for the horses or whatever he was about to feed. Yeah, he tried to hide them in the back of his rig under some hay bales in Texas.
You got your driver's license? It's your truck? No, it's my boss. Okay. Where to? Taking the 8 to San Antonio? Farm. Okay. Where are you coming in from? I honestly have no idea. I'm from California.
He said, where you coming in from? He said, I actually have no idea. I'm from California. You already set up a red flag, you thunting, huh?
Something else. Want me there or not? And this ain't California. Smuggling ain't allowed over here. You are about that. Texas is a 10-year minimum sentence for human smuggling. If nobody gets hurt or there's nothing else, it's a minimum of 10 years.
Already warning you, just in case.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible, huh?
Oh, horrible, huh? Here come the dog. Here come the dog. One of the best employees you could ever have. Got him. Got him.
There are the people in there. They're going to put their handcuffs for right now.
Like, come on, how stupid can you be? Come on, you trying to hide some people with some hay. What's this, Flintstone days? You kidding me? And they probably hot as hell back there. Hiding under some hay bales.
There's bodies.
Look at this.
There's bodies. Come here, Lord. Hey, ven para acá. No tiene nada, man. Hey, you're under arrest.
Got him.
¿Cuántas personas? ¿Dos?
be 1095. The trailer compartment's going to be loaded with bodies.
Come on, son. Come on, son. You got to get better than that. Hay bales? Come on, man. You got to get a little more creative, man. Hay bales? Come on, y'all. Y'all know better than that. All right, y'all. What y'all got for me? I know everybody laughing in the comments. He's all set. What else? Bad boys, what you gonna do? Says the man. Shaking my head. Can we get 100 to 200 likes before we end the show? We got a long way to go before the end of the show. We got some brazen violence, alleged car theft outside the Montreal school right now. Caught on camera. Yes. A man was going loco trying to steal somebody's car. He backed into somebody. Come on over to Montreal, y'all. We ain't got nowhere near the end of this show right now. I got a banger today. Ain't nothing but heat coming back to back. Let's go. I got to go on over. Check this out. Violent alleged car theft outside of Montreal school caught on camera.
We've got a stunning story from Quebec now. You got to see to believe. CTV News has obtained dramatic video of what police say was a car theft. Extremely dangerous, reckless. It happened in broad daylight, and it happened in front of an elementary school. CTV's Olivia O'Malley has more for us.
I ain't gonna believe this one.
The screech of tires and screams were the first noises witness Julius Bo Martin says he heard.
You don't expect those sounds on the street like this. It's a school zone. So you're like, why is this happening?
The sounds came from an alleged car theft, and the entire thing was caught on camera. It happened on Palm Avenue near St. Remy Street around 1:10 Monday afternoon. Police say the man in the safety vest is a delivery driver, adding that a man and woman tried to steal his vehicle while he was dropping off a package.
The delivery man was aware of the thief, so he tried to intervene and restrain the woman. The suspect fled with the car. When he fled, he injured the delivery man.
Police say 29-year-old Francis Lavoie was found under the St. Henry Bridge about an hour after the event. He was arrested and appeared in court Tuesday. Lavoie has been charged with multiple offenses, including hit and run causing injury, dangerous driving, and motor vehicle theft.
So what was going on there was he was stealing the car and his wife was with him. He left the side door open so she could get in. But the delivery driver was like, hell to the no. Kept on grabbing her and throwing her so she couldn't get in the car. So he's like, and then has the nerves to back into her with the door of the car. So she definitely got injured. That was crazy, y'all. Come on, y'all. We got to keep on going. What else I got for y'all? I told y'all it's going to be a banger today. I got some heat going on today. I got the Peel police over here. Ooh, look at all this drugs right here, y'all. A whole table full of nothing but that good white stuff. Check this out, y'all. The Peel police made a big bust yesterday. Ooh, whoever they took this from, they're going to be mad because they got a whole lot of their work. Check this out.
A seismic blow to transnational organized crime that is coming right here into Peel.
479 kilos of the good stuff was caught. Check this out in Peel.
What you have before you is 479 kilograms of cocaine, estimated street value of almost 50 million. And these drugs came from south of the border and were destined right here into Peel, the Greater Toronto area, and other communities in Canada. And what they do is represent secondary and tertiary criminal acts, vulnerabilities, and harm that damage our communities right across Ontario.
The project was funded by the Criminal Intelligence Service of Ontario in November 2024, and investigators from SEB liaised with national and international law enforcement partners, including the CBSA, the DEA, U.S. Homeland Security Border Enforcement Task Force, as well as the RCMP. Information shared with the CBSA led to the arrest of two parties charged here today at different border crossings. In each case, large quantities of drugs were located within the cargo of the commercial trucks they were operating. The first of these seizures occurred on February 11th, 2025, when a commercial truck
Okay, they got all the stuff, y'all. I can't let you do that to my show, homeboy. You're talking too slow, and I got to keep on moving because I got a lot to stack. I got to show you guys about this woman who faces massive backlash after she helped the dog. So, like, let's say you're walking and you're in a parking lot. You get out of your car, and you see a dog inside of a car panting. would you open the door to give that dog water? Because you know that's probably gonna get you in trouble. Police might get called or something like that. This one lady, she didn't care. She faces black backlash because she basically was in Cornelia, wherever that is. She basically was like, look, I'm opening the door and I'm giving the dog water. Probably something I would have did too. Hey, call the police on me, do whatever we got to do. At least the dog got some water. I'll deal with that rest of that crap later. But yeah, I think that that's something that definitely I would have stepped up and did the same thing that this woman did right here and wouldn't have no problem dealing with the ramifications.
Police are investigating after a woman says she stepped in to save a dog. Tonight, Cornelius police are investigating after a woman says she stepped in to save a dog trapped inside of a hot car. She only found herself then at the center of a confrontation with officers. She says she called 911 and opened the door to give the dog some water. But instead of concern for the animal, she says police questioned her actions and not the owners. WCNC Charlotte's Tavisha Woodard explores the incident that went viral.
A Cornelius woman says she did what she hopes anyone would do, step in to save a dog locked in a hot car. But that compassion came with consequences, and now it's raising serious questions.
So my question is, why is the dog going so hard at the water if he's not thirsty? Now, how about let that be the bottom line, our bottom line? Because we care more about dogs over here than anything else, if y'all don't know. I see that dog real thirsty. If I was not thirsty, I'd be like this. They smell the water and move on. That dog looked thirsty.
It's about how police handle animal safety in extreme heat. In the heat of a Carolina summer, it was about 90 degrees. There's months that force split-second decisions. And on a hot day in Cornelius, Suzanne Vela made hers. She had just finished her workout when she spotted a dog inside a vehicle.
You okay?
She says windows were barely cracked.
I approached the vehicle to check to see if the vehicle was on, if there was AC on. There was not.
Suzanne says the dog was suffering and struggling, so she searched for the owners.
They did actually end up being in the Wendy's, but when I went in to look for them, nobody was in there.
She says as she searched, time kept ticking, and the dog looked worse. So she opened the door and gave the dog water.
Whatever. Yep.
I didn't want to wait any longer. I ended up pulling open the door handle. It was actually unlocked. And then at that point, I called 911.
But when police arrived, it wasn't the dog they focused on.
He was very visibly angry at me and was yelling at me that, I had no right to open somebody else's car door, that I had broken the law.
The North Carolina law gives law enforcement the authority to intervene when there's probable cause an animal is confined and suffering in a vehicle. But Suzanne says the officer wasn't interested in the law or the dog.
What right do you think you have to open someone's door?
The moment caught on video, shared online, and viewed thousands of times. Now Cornelius police say they've launched 2 investigations, one into the dog owner for possible cruelty and another into their own officer's conduct.
Never thought in a million years that would have been the direction that it went in.
Suzanne says this isn't about attention. It's about accountability. And when asked if she had any regret about opening that door,
not even for a second.
She says when a life is at risk, doing nothing isn't an option.
I'm hoping that investigation kind of leads to some type of, reprimanding or potentially even, finding a new, better, and more loving home for the dog.
Tradisha Woodard, WCNC Charlotte.
Good work. We won't play about no dogs.
Tonight, Cornelius police.
We don't play about the dogs around here, y'all. I'm telling you, I don't got no. Let me tell you something. I love dogs. I don't play about no dogs. Thank you so much, Harley, for the $100 super chat, as well as the preceding $50 super chat. Harley, I swear to you, if it wasn't for you, boy, guy, I don't know what we do. Yeah. And that's why we're going to be able to help that other person that's in the comments right there. That's right. And also, we're going to also do your giveaway. I'm going to show you the ticket today. We're doing a giveaway for people that's looking for jobs, as well as anybody going back to school. If you guys want to buy a suit or you need some shoes, Harley is going to sponsor a gift certificate. And somebody here is going to win that gift certificate. I can't wait for that to happen. And then we're going to show at the end of the month the sanctuaries that we're sending other funds to. Because there was one place on Facebook that I found where this guy was like crying and he was going through all of the stuff, this real depressed person about his sanctuary that he has because he's got a lot of dogs and he's trying to help them. We don't play that around here. We take care of all of the sanctuaries that we can. We try to do as much as we can with the help. And then we try not to help everyone the same company. We try to spread it out as much as possible. And that's what we're going to plan on doing. That's basically what I want to do with the rest of my life. I want to take care of animals. I want a nice little spot where I could do this every day. And I just want to kick back and chill out. But I really would like a nice sanctuary to take care of animals and do stuff like that. So when I see stuff like this right here, y'all can get my bags. Everybody that got a problem with her opening that door and anything like that. I actually, if she would have got arrested, I would have took up a fund to get her legal representation. We don't play about the dogs around here. I just want you guys to know that. Not at all. We don't play about no dogs. We're going to keep on moving forward now because we got this Florida firefighter. What a tongue twister. He's on leave because he had this investigation that's leading into the behavior that he had when he was at the No Kings rally. I guess he stepped up and said some things that were in rebuttal and a lot of people didn't like. So check this out, you guys. Let me get into these clips and keep on moving before this show get too long because I got so much more in the clip. But I do want to explain what I'm showing you guys before I get into these clips so I can walk you through.
ABC Action News has learned a Largo firefighter is on administrative leave pending an investigation into his behavior at a No Kings rally this past weekend. ABC Action News reporter Annette Gutierrez is looking into this video she received from that same rally in the Bay Area and why that incident is now under investigation. Photos of this man were circling on social media with some people saying he is a Largo firefighter. So I reached out to Largo Fire Rescue to confirm, and I learned his name is Brandon Stoffel. He is employed with the agency and is currently on administrative leave pending an investigation. Thousands of people showed up to the No Kings protests held across the Bay Area this past weekend. Brittany Stanley and her wife, Deidre Navarro, attended the rally in Largo, where they said it was...
Let me set it off right here. How you get fired on your day off? Craig, you was stealing boxes? Well, it looked like you, Craig. You got fired on your day off? I got to put that in there. Let's keep on going.
It was mainly peaceful for about 4 hours. Then they said a group showed up and tried to start fights and call them derogatory names.
They were just... I mean, I couldn't even just dropping all kinds of expletives, trying to shoulder check people.
They said this man started yelling at them and making threats.
It was really threatening. I mean, like, you know, I backed up because I didn't want anything to happen to me because these guys, I could feel the anger coming off of them.
Through the Largo Fire Rescue Department, I was able to identify this man as Brandon Stoffel. Stoffel's friend, who protested alongside him at the St. Pete, Largo, and Tampa rallies, shared these videos with me. Now,
snitched on him. They ain't your friend. He snitched on him.
Someone shared a video with me where you can hear Stoffel using a slur against the LGBTQ+ community, but the friend who recorded it wouldn't give us permission to use it in our story.
Like, that makes me incredibly uncomfortable. If I call 911 and you get sent, are you gonna not do your job because I have a pride flag in my window? Or I live in a mobile home park full of Spanish people? That's insane.
If you hate immigrants, gay people, Black people,
do me a favor, don't add me to that. And I was waiting, boo-boo, with the 3 rings in your nose. I don't know what that's about, but don't include us in that. We getting up out of that right now. We're excluded from this conversation. Don't mix us in that. That minority thing, when we say minority, no disrespect, we want to be separated from that. We don't want to be laid over with the mayonnaise and just added to your minority situation. No. We want to be separated. Call me what you want. Don't add me to this nonsense.
who are you protecting?
In an emailed statement, the City of Largo and the Fire Rescue Department said it is aware of the video and said, quote, "We take this matter seriously and are actively working with the city leadership and appropriate departments to investigate this situation. As a public service organization, the city is committed to upholding the highest standards of integrity, equity, and professionalism," end quote.
I just think that our first responders really need to be more...
Went there, overdid it, said some stuff, probably did show the check. He probably did do a little too much. And the fact that he's a firefighter doesn't look good because firefighters are not supposed to be in that sort of a situation. That's just my assessment from what I'm seeing. And they're just Karens doing the trying to escalate it because they want their message to get out. Keep on moving forward. Nearly 24 people sent to the hospital after a yacht that was having a party strikes the end of a dock at the Hudson River. I done told you people already. Before you get on the boat, I don't care. I don't care how the flyer look. I don't care who's coming to perform. Excuse me, let me see the captain real quick. If he come out like this and look, yeah, I'm out of here. I don't care. You ain't no captain. And matter of fact, come here for a minute. Come here for a minute. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not getting on no boat with nobody just because there's a party going on. How you know these people are official? Check this out, y'all. And it's been happening back to back, especially on the water. I don't even think you need a license to drive a boat. A regular driver's license is probably all you need. And with that being said, check these people's credentials, please.
New information tonight on a birthday celebration taking a terrifying turn. Officials say a yacht with hundreds of people on board crashed into a dock, sending nearly 24 people to the hospital. CBS News reporter Ari Guajardo spoke with many left shaken by this impact.
It was hard. It was like, you can tell he hit something.
The Teen King and her friends
I was scared. I was scared.
vividly remember the moment the 200-foot party boat known as Timeless knocked guests off their feet.
We were told to go back inside, but of course we don't listen. And when the boat jerked, and somebody said, brace yourself, everybody went flying down or flying back.
Family and friends attended the yacht experience for King's 69th birthday.
25 years I've been doing a boat ride. Never had this happen.
A spokesperson with the New York City Fire Department says 352 people were on the yacht when the captain struck the dock while attempting to park the party boat here on the Hudson River.
Now we're waiting on you to be transported.
The crash happened on Saturday just before 4:30 p.m. near West Harlem Piers. Officials say 22 people were taken to a nearby hospital.
She's in pain.
Leah says she rushed over as soon as her mom called.
The impact was so hard that she actually fell on her back and on her knees, so we're gonna go to the hospital now to make sure she's okay.
King says she made sure everyone got off the yacht and hopes every person injured makes a full recovery.
Overall, we had a great time. God is good, and nobody died.
In Manhattanville.
Ain't that terrible to have to say about your own birthday party? And I got a warning for that captain. I got a warning for that boat owner. Guess what? You see them people right there? They gonna sue the HELL hockey sticks off of everybody moving. Black people don't play when it comes down to suing. Man, listen, as soon as they got off that, while they were on the boat, Jacoby and Myers, we have an issue over here. Meet us at the dock. Are you kidding me? I would have been talking to my lawyer. Yo, meet me up at the dock. Yo, it's going down over here. What? Oh, let me fall. Oh, my neck and my back. I'll sell it out right now for $2 and some envelopes. Y'all remember Ezel from Friday, y'all. Let's keep on going now because we got another situation. We got this 15-year-old boy that's been charged with ooting fatally his own sister during a downtown attack. This is a very sad story. Had to build you guys up for you guys to take this story in. It's an ignorant story. It's a Jawakatima story. You're going to see bonnets. You're going to see all types of anything that you expect that we call ghetto and neck ringing. Yeah, this right here is a real life issue of a segment episode of the Boondocks right now. This boy offed his own sister. Check this out. And he's 15 years old. I want you guys to check this out. Family had something to do with it. They've been beefing for a long time. Like, I'm talking about some real deep family beef that real bad. Check this out, you guys.
Well, now to a story we've been following all week. A 15-year-old boy is charged with shooting and killing his sister earlier this week. Prosecutors are charging that teen as an adult. AJ Bayatpour has been going through those documents and joins us now with what we've learned today. AJ?
Natalie, the Milwaukee County DA's office filed charges today against the teen accused of killing his sister, 30-year-old Ashley Hudson. They also charged one of Hudson's sisters and Hudson's mother, who just last night told us things that at least one witness disputes based on these new court records. On Friday, only candle wax and messages and sidewalk chalk are what remain at the corner of MLK Drive and Valete Street. 3 days earlier, family and friends remembered Ashley Hudson at the spot where her life ended.
I'm shocked, but not too shocked because, like I said, I kind of figured they always, their family always had long history of Fighting and feud among siblings.
Relatives describe a fractured family.
The stuff that we said to each other, it wasn't right, it wasn't fair.
I didn't never think it can get to this point, but it always been like this. Like they always bumped heads, they always fought, it always been like this.
3 people are now charged in Hudson's death. Her sister, 21-year-old Aaliyah Friesen, her mom, 48-year-old Tara Hudson, and her 15-year-old brother, who we are not identifying at this time due to his age. Court records filed Friday show investigators relied on eyewitness accounts and cell phone videos. They show Friesen and another sister, 16 years old, attacking Hudson with a baseball bat. The victim was holding a knife as if to keep the attackers at bay. At that point, the 15-year-old approached, and when he got within a few feet of Hudson, he fired at her from point-blank range.
He put it up to her and she said, "Don't shoot me," and he shot her and she stumbled all the way over here. And she fell on the floor.
Do you know where your son got the gun?
No, and I talked to him, but he didn't. I talked to him finally today, but he didn't say anything.
Tara Hudson told our Adam Reif she doesn't know where her son got the gun, but one eyewitness told police he went to the mother's car and got a handgun. Hudson also said she could not see who was shot, but police say the video contradicted her, and now she's charged with obstruction. Detectives say when they told the 15-year-old brother that his sister was dead, he allegedly replied, quote, "What's that got to do with me?" When they noted his lack of concern, they say he replied, quote, "Man, expletive, her." We did ask the DA's office whether they plan to charge the 16-year-old sister. We did not get a response today. Another person at the scene this afternoon who says she witnessed the shooting did not want to go on camera, fearing possible retaliation, but she tells us it appeared to her the brother had a gun on him the entire time. Natalie?
Your own sister? Somebody in the comments said that your soul will never rest when you harm your own sibling like that. And I do believe you. I think that you are right about that. We're going to pray for the soul of this lady in Milwaukee and that God accepts her into heaven and that the family tries to get through this terrible time as best that they can in Jesus' name. Somebody else also in the comments said the fact that it's on MLK Avenue, MLK in Milwaukee. Probably a common place or something like that could happen. Harley, thank you so much for the appreciation that you showed to the show for that $50 super chat. I like that over there. What's that? Transformer. I like that. Thank you so much, Harley. We appreciate you so much, and I hope that everybody else is appreciating the show and liking what we're showing over here. Even though sometimes it's rough news, we like to get things out because on a lot of platforms, other people don't get to see it. We have a fairly decent amount of people over here, so I try to get as much information out. Also, I like to make sure that everybody that watches the show has a possibility of seeing something where they're from. It's sad that it's negative news when it comes down to something like this. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's other stuff. Someone said, Milwaukee, I know exactly where that is. Again, that means that I'm finding information close and relative to where you guys are talking about. Also, the situation in Detroit, some of you didn't even know it happened. So that's why we get this information out, because it's very important. And Harley, there's no amount of thank yous that we can give you over here at the show to show you that we love you and we appreciate the support that you show. We know that you love the show and we thank you so much. I can't even begin to tell you how much. Keep on moving forward, you guys. We have another situation with a shooting inside of a America deli. This was an 18-year-old already out on $50,000 bail. And where's he getting all this money from? Like, how you get bailed out, $50,000 bail, you back out doing stupid and crazy stuff like this right here.
3 at 5.
First at 5 on your news leader, a frightening attack caught on camera. An 18-year-old is now in jail accused of shooting a DoorDash driver at a packed restaurant on Lamar. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Skurlock. As it turns out, the suspect is no stranger to police. WREG's Harrison Klopp has been following the story and joins us now live from the American Deli at Lamar and Democrat. And Harrison, what have you learned about this?
Greg, Stephanie, good evening. 18-year-old Malik Wills has been arrested 3 times in 3 months. This time he's being held without bond on a charge of attempted second-degree murder.
Finally.
This was the scene at American Deli on Lamar Avenue Thursday, as police say Malik Wills watched a DoorDash driver pick up an order from the counter. According to officers, this video shows Wills pull out a handgun and fire 10 shots at the victim as other customers try to run to safety. Newly released court documents show the victim managed to get away because the gunman's weapon jammed. The suspect, Malik Wills, has been arrested 3 times in recent months. Police say he was one of 3 people caught in a stolen car back in April. He was released on his own recognizance days later. Last month, Wills was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault after dozens of shots were fired at a home in East Memphis. After a couple of days in jail, he was released again on a $50,000 bond. Tonight, Wills waits another bond hearing after this latest arrest in Thursday's shooting. He's expected back in court on Monday.
They had the nerve.
Hey guys, the victim in Thursday's shooting was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Police have not given a motive for the shooting.
Did you hear what they said? He's waiting for another bond hearing. Another bond hearing. Y'all heard that? I didn't make that up. Another bond hearing. He already out on $50,000 bail, had 2 priors, and they talking about another bond. Why are they always worrying about when they getting out or what the defendant is talking about versus what really happened to the person that lost their life? I don't understand stuff like that. What else y'all got over here? You got Tennessee. We just moved here from Jersey, LOL. What else you got? Jill says, he's a menace to society, says Jill. Exactly. Mad Hatter says, these kids think they GTA for real. Jamie says, laws down south very different. Yep, that's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Let's go on over to this other crazy situation where bootleg. Did y'all look at my bootleg video? I got a video on Chinatown where the police was taking all of the people's purses, all of their bags, all of their stuff. Look at it in the video section. This right here is relative to that. Because you believe it or not, these people make millions of dollars off of this bootleg stuff. Fake Gucci bags, fake, man, listen, this one guy had a Lamborghini and a McLaren among a bunch of luxury cars taken in the raid in Sydney, Australia. I'm talking about all the money that was acquired from bootleg and fake clothing, jewelry, watches, and all of that. Sad part about it is Australia police came and took everything. Check this out. This is crazy. I'm talking about over $3 million in vehicles alone. Check this out, y'all.
Police have taken down a $10 million high-end fraud syndicate operating in Western Sydney. 3 men are accused of making millions selling fake luxury watches, handbags and jewellery on social media.
Police! The knock in the search for knockoffs.
Open it now on the 4th century!
Raids in Fairfield East, Marylands, Guildford, netting bags, watches, shoes with luxury names, Louis Vuitton.
And this is in their crib. This ain't no store.
Cartier, Rolex, but police say counterfeit.
These 3 premises look like you're inside a department store. It was a very professional outfit.
3 men in their 30s, 2 of them brothers, were arrested on proceeds of crime charges.
Widest range guaranteed.
Police say they were selling openly online for years, and while the goods were fake, the rewards were real, alleging nearly $10 million profit going through various bank accounts.
Living an extremely luxurious lifestyle. It's a disgrace that these people in the community flaunting what they did.
This new Lamborghini shown off on social media a couple of weeks ago, now in the hands of police, along with a fleet of luxury cars worth $3 million seized as tainted assets.
In court today, police said the charges could mean up to 15 years in jail, but lawyers for the 3 men questioned the seriousness of the alleged crime as they argued they should be released on bail.
Some may not say it's a serious crime, but it was certainly an organised crime.
Paul Kadak, 7 News.
They're looking at it like, oh, it's just bootleg, it's just knockoff. I mean, but man, I didn't know that they was making that much money off of doing that. Woo! Oh man. See, and another thing, you know why it's not cool to make your money like that, you guys? Because look, they did all of that work, did all of that stuff, and now they came and took everything that they made, everything that they acquired, all of their money, and look where they at now. They're probably going to have a little money left, but is it really worth it? Do it legit, you guys. Run your businesses the right way. Don't do stuff like this, especially older people. Who wants to be scared and have their neck and their head on a swivel waiting and hoping that they don't have no knock on the door like that? Boom, 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 boom. Talking about police. That's the last thing I need to hear on my door. Because even if you get away, you still got to worry about the warrant. It ain't no joke out here, you guys. Straighten up, fly right, do it the clean way. Only way to do it. Real criminals, LOL for real. Easy money for the government. Yes, because you know what they're going to do, right? Somebody said easy money. They're going to auction all of that stuff off, and all of that money going to go straight to the precinct. Straight up. They're going to keep that though. Said the movie, The Players Club, broken with the money. What you said? Little AJ Johnson said in the movie, The Players Club, broke and with money. Broke nigga with money. I know what you're talking about. Broke nigga with money. I know what you're talking about. We got to keep on going, you guys, because we got scammers now. They stealing license plate numbers. Yeah, they stealing license plate numbers. Let's say you got a couple of cars, right? You only drive your car a certain amount of time, right? All of a sudden, next thing you know, you're receiving tolls and saying that you didn't pay this toll. You didn't pay this. You didn't pay that. You know what these people are out here now, what they're doing? They're going around finding those cars that you guys are not driving that much, and they're copying the license plates. So while you think that you're not getting no tickets or nothing like that, no, your luxury vehicle that's under that tent or whatever, it's racking up all types of tolls and stuff like that. Case in point, this person that lived in New Jersey, she got an old school Mustang. All she did was leave it in the parking lot, in her garage. Next thing you know, she started getting tickets from the toll bureau talking about she owed money.
It's a 1966 Ford Mustang convertible, 289 engine.
This Mustang has special meaning for Mary Smith in Enfield, Connecticut.
I met my husband in a Mustang. For our 40th wedding anniversary, this is what he bought me.
Mary and her husband Dan have no plans to part with the classic car.
Not for sale.
But they would like to curb an issue they're having with it, one no mechanic can fix, a problem with the license plate.
What's this?
It all started one day when opening the mail.
And I looked at it. I said, Jersey Turnpike? So we opened it. It was a bill.
The New Jersey Turnpike Authority billed the Smiths for driving their Mustang through a toll after a hit on the agency's license plate reader. The problem is, Mary says they haven't been to Jersey in at least 5 years.
I said, Dan, our Mustang was never there. We never drove that far with that old car to begin with.
The Smiths appealed the bill and expected a correction. Instead, they got even more toll charges from New Jersey.
Then we started to get some days 2 bills, and other days just 1, and they kept coming.
And one of the notices included a picture. The photo is not all that clear, but while the plate number appears to be the same, this car is obviously not a yellow Mustang and has very different taillights.
So we sent back bills and saying, hey, look, this is not me. It's my plate, but it's not my car.
The Smiths aren't the only car owners running into this problem, and in many documented cases, ghost car fraud is to blame. It's called that because ghost cars are virtually untraceable by traffic cameras and toll readers because of their forged or altered license plates.
Pumping the brakes on ghost cars.
New York recently announced a plan to deal with these ghost cars.
It had gotten out of control because it was ignored for so long.
The crackdown includes a task force of police officers assigned strictly to focus on ghost car removal. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch says it's about more than preventing bogus bills for legal drivers. It's to protect the public from violence.
Nope, don't like you. Call me what you want. She gets no love, even if she's reporting. That's not my governor.
Vehicles as they flee.
I'm talking about my police commissioner. Sorry, you get no love.
After their first appeal, and with the Smiths' plates still right on their car, they still hadn't received a response.
3 months was a long time.
Our investigators for this story made a call to the Metropolitan Transportation Authority to make sure there were no outstanding tolls in New York City, and that changed everything. An MTA official reached out to the Smiths and told them that their account is clear in New York and that they would contact higher-ups in New Jersey where those other bills were racking up.
Somebody said Danny Smith got some explaining to do. Basically, his car basically got cloned. They stole his license plate. Somebody got smart saying, you know what, this old man don't even drive his car. So let's get that plate, put it on a Lamborghini or a McLaren, and let him rack up the bills and he'll just get all the tickets. That's all that was. Because those lights in the back that you guys see, yeah, and I don't mess around with Tish like that. I do not mess with anybody that got a job off of DEI. You guys look it up. Don't believe me? Jessica Tish. Sanitation commissioner last year, police commissioner this year. No, sorry, you get no love. Earn your spot and then you're gonna get some love over here. Sorry, get up out of here. Now we got this situation. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I'm talking about, this gotta be the stupidest couple in the world. These people are stupid. I'm talking about STU-PID. Stupid. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content that y'all watching so far. We're trying to get more people over here. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Please become a member. Also, turn on post notifications. That's that little bell down there. You got to hit that bell to let everybody know. That lets you know when we're on. But moving right along, we got this THUNTHADUNT, THUNTHADUNT couple that thought that they was going to get slick with stealing, I'm talking about $300,000 worth of copper out of an office building. Oh yeah, I don't know what made them think that they was going to get away with this. They don't look like contractors. They don't look like they do this kind of work. But guess what? They found an empty building, thought that they was going to go in there and gut it out.
On 2 tonight, a couple is caught on camera hauling off hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of copper wire from a Northwest Houston office building. Tonight, one has been caught, another is still wanted after the brazen theft earlier this month. KPRC 2's Bryce Newberry live in Northwest Houston tonight with the story you'll see only on 2. Bryce.
Lisa, in addition to $300,000 worth of copper wire, these thieves also allegedly took 2 elevator control panels worth about 50 grand. And that's all after investigators say they busted windows and door locks here, causing about $12,000 in damage just to get inside.
That doesn't look like your stuff.
Caught in the act by a brave bystander, cell phone video captures a couple loading up bags bursting at the seams of stolen copper wire.
This came out of my car.
I saw you walking out of her building, sir.
Ma'am, this came out of my car. Did you see me carry that out of the building?
The man on video, identified as 41-year-old Justin Franklin, claimed he owned it. But Harris County Precinct 1 constable investigators say he spent hours pulling it out of this vacant Northwest Houston office building.
I think he tried to disguise it as if he was a contractor kind of coming to the building to do some work, but it's very, very clear this was a lot of stuff that he took.
It happened in early June. The couple identified through that 3-minute video after stripping the 5-story, 12,000 square foot building of more than $300,000 worth of wire.
It completely shuts down business. And then you've got to get permitting and you've got to get a bunch of things to rewire and it is a huge undertaking.
Investigators identified the woman behind the wheel as 41-year-old Christina Pivarato. She had to get out and help lift one of the bags, appearing to be too heavy for just one person, all of it crammed in the back of a Toyota SUV. The price of copper has skyrocketed some 500% in the last 25 years, according to state lawmakers. And investigators say the couple may be connected to other similar crimes in our area.
We have to do even more to address where they're getting rid of the copper wire and holding those people that buy it accountable.
As Pivarato is seen driving away.
What you're doing is not right, sir.
The woman behind the camera scolds Franklin one last time.
So somebody's going to have to pay for all the damages that's being done to this building.
And tonight, investigators are looking into other incidents that this couple may be connected to. Records show that he has bonded out of jail already, but she is still wanted. So if you have any information that could help, call the Precinct 1 Constable's office.
Well, let me tell you something. Baby Dumpling, the way she looked, she ain't going to get too far. Baby Dumpling going to get caught real soon. I can't even call her Baby Dumpling. She's grown Dumpling, big as she was. Woo, bigger than a bankroll. Probably used the whole prior money, the whole other $300,000 just to keep her in food and hamburgers. Because that was a big woman. Woo! He had the nerve to say, this came out of my car. Food, there ain't even that much copper in your car to warrant all of them bags. Ain't nobody stupid. Man, who y'all think y'all talking to? Man, let me just tell y'all something. I hope y'all appreciate the content because, boy, we've been rocking and shocking. I told y'all, banging show. I don't play around when it comes down to this. #1 show from the 6 o'clock hour. Do your boy a favor. Double tap that screen and let these people know what we got going on over here. Also, if you haven't already liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. Become a member, share, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. And guess what? If you're trying to make some money, let's go ahead to that description, y'all. We got some links in the description for you guys to make up to $500. How you gonna do that? We got some surveys in the description that you guys, y'all make some money when you finish them, and I'll make $25 too. So why not let all of us make some money, 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 money? Also, you got a business, you're a car dealer, you're a mobile barber, you might be, I don't know what you do, a detailer, you probably do lawn care, you probably do painting. Whatever you do, send over your flyers to us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's right, bridgethisllc@gmail.com, and we will put up your flyer or your poster. Just make sure it's 1080 by 1080 so that it can fit in the post size area. I had that little issue before. I'm like, yo, why is it not fitting right? It has to be 1080 by 1080 in order for it to fit in that box. You guys, we got a lot of followers here, a bunch of subscribers. So what I want to do is share in that marketing and possibly get you more business. So that's right, we want to share in that. Also, last but not least, what I love talking about is the Show Your Talent Search, which we got going on this Friday in Long Island. How many people coming? Show me in the comments. I want to know how many people coming to meet with me at the Show Your Talent Search. That's right. It's going to be this Friday, June the 27th, 2025 at the Green Acres Mall. That's right, in Long Island. Whoever's in New York, I don't want to see no excuses. I don't want to hear nothing talking about, oh, I can't make it out, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take the truck out there too. It's about an hour ride. Whoever's close, come on over to the L&W Wines and Liquor, y'all. I'm going to be there. We're going to be doing a tasting as well as a talent show. I want to know what you guys got going on. Can you sing? Can you dance? What's your talent? Because what we're going to be doing is giving away, boom, $250 to the best person that actually has some talent. Also, we're going to be doing some signups. That's right. Make sure that you're 21 and older when you come out. Location is 22 West Circle Drive, Green Acres Mall, Valley Stream, New York. Y'all see it right there. That's right, 22 West Circle Drive, Green Acres Mall. I'm going to be there this Friday. That's right, you guys, from 5 to 8 p.m. The winner of that will move on to be a part of the finals. We're going to be doing Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, as well as Long Island. After everybody wins that borough, we do the finals, and the last finalist will win $1,000. That's right, you guys. It's going to be a grand prize for the last winner of $1,000. I'm going to be hosting the event, as you see here, and that's going to be sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. You guys want to sign up to be a part of the talent show? Go on over to www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's right, drinkbigdrip.com. 2 G's, 2 P's. Go down to the first page, sign up to the mailing list, make sure that you're 21 and older, and you have already signed up to the Show Your Talent Search. I'm going to see you guys on Friday. That's right, in Valley Stream at the Green Acres Mall. I'm going to be there 5 o'clock. I want to see you guys pull up, have a nice tasting, and let's see what we can do. Let's vibe out. We also going to be going live from the location, so everybody out of town, y'all won't miss it. You will not miss it, and keep on asking for that Big Drip by name. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me this Monday morning, I appreciate you guys. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. I'll see you guys tomorrow. How we do it? Get 'em! 1. Peace. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday.